thanks Daryl for inviting me out, and thanks for the introduction. Daryl wanted me to come out and talk about myself and talk about the election, and the least favorite topic I had to talk about is myself, so I'm glad you introduced me and I don't have to do that. So, a lot of people, wonder about this special election, and about a month ago, Senator Noble, I heard he was going to resign, and the seat was coming open in Ankeny, and so, I talked to my wife about it, and I thought and prayed for a while about it, and decided to give it a shot. And after I decided to jump in the race, a total of 5 other Republicans jumped into the nominating convention, which I think is outstanding. I think it shows that our party is engaged, they're energetic, and they're willing to stand up and lead. So that was a really, really good process. But coming out of the convention, I was fortunate enough on the 5th ballot to win the nomination. And I know that I'm very excited to be the Republican nominee, but I also understand that comes with an awesome responsibility. I'm expected to win this race, as you can tell. No pressure from Senator. Chairman Strawn has done a great job leading our party. We got the State House back, we got the Governor's Mansion back, and now we're coming after the Senate. And so I kind of consider this not the last race of 2010. I consider it the first race of 2012. We can keep the momentum going so we can take over the Senate here in the next election. But people ask me why I decided to run, and to me, it's pretty simple. I decided to run because I believe that this is a defining year and a defining session for conservatives. After the past 2 years, President Obama has done so many bad things for our country, in my opinion. But the one thing he has done right is he's kind of proven what we've argued for decades, and that is big government, big spending, looking to the government to solve our problems. That doesn't work, and he's proven that in 2 years. And now we've made big gains as a party, both nationally and in Iowa, but I think that our party's still fragile. I think voters are giving us a second chance, but they're watching us very closely to see what we're going to do now. And over the next 2 to 4 years, I think we have an opportunity to spread conservative beliefs and prove that smaller, more efficient, closer to the people government is the best way to create jobs and create prosperity and govern our country. So, I really believe that we have an opportunity to change the political landscape for a generation if we're just willing to stand by our convictions and do what we said we're going to do. But on the other hand, I believe that if we don't do that, we have a chance to do some real damage to the party. So, I'm excited to be a part of this. I'm excited for the election today. I know it's going to take a lot of work if I'm elected, but I'm ready for the fight. I'm really ready to stand up and help Senator McKinley lead, and head into 2012 with a lot of momentum to try to take back the Senate. So. Other than that, I'll talk about the election real quick. This has been a unique election. I talked to a lot of the freshmen, and they're working for 10, 12, 14, 16 months on their campaign. I've had 19 days. And so which is a blessing and a curse. I have a lot of people jealous about it, but, in those 19 days, we tried to cram like 4 to 6 months of work into that short time. So we've had to set priorities and figure out what's important and what's going to be most effective. But it's been really fun. Like Senator said, we have a brand new daughter too. She's 29 days old now. So she's had quite the experience, let me tell you. She's been to a political convention, a fundraiser, she met the governor, she's been on the news 3 times, so she's as experienced as I am. But really, this election today is going to come down to turnout. And we've got to get our base out. So over the last 19, 20 days, we've been telling people 3 things. 1, there is an election, because a lot of people have kind of tuned out and don't know about it. 2, that I'm the candidate and where I stand on issues. And 3, we need them to vote. Sometimes in Ankeny, I think Senator Noble, Kevin Kester, our state rep, and Eric Helen, which is the other state rep in this district, none of them had an opponent in 2010. And so, I want to make sure that the voters aren't there, don't get complacent, and just, I want them to know that we have an opponent, and it's important they get out and vote. So we've been working hard. My last pitch, if you know anyone in Ankeny, Johnston, Grimes, Polk City, and they're Republicans, give them a call, text them, let them know about the election today, and make sure they get out and vote. So, other than that, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to hopefully be a senator next time I come, but we're going to keep working hard throughout the day to make sure that happens. So, other than that, I appreciate you guys having me out, and if there's any questions, I can take questions, I guess. But
how's the absentee ballot program going?
Very good. We with requests, we were up 9-1, and as of yesterday, in return, we were up like 560 to 98. So. Wow. It's 23,000 Republicans, 19,000 Independents, and 18,000 Democrats. So it's, I mean, like I said, we're favored. A lot of pressure, but you know, my sister called last night and said, "You got to be nervous, don't you?" And I'm like, you know, after playing in Kinnick Stadium with 70,000 people booing you and cheering,